What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle Create Space. Link will be in the description box below, as usual. This one's entitled Failing to Parent Alpha. Failing to parent alphas, or failing to create alphas. How about that? Um, because of quote unquote single parenting, and because different ideologies as far as mothers and fathers go, people and parents who are trying to parent together, co-parent apart, have difficulty creating alpha males and alpha females. Now, what I'm going to call alpha female is different from an alpha male. Two completely different things. Because I feel like an alpha male is the pillar of masculinity, and I feel like an alpha female is the pillar of femininity. You know, that's alpha to me, because they're not. When you're looking at alpha, you can't look at masculinity and femininity the same way. They're yin and yang. One is hard, the other is soft. Just my opinion. So, I'm out here looking, and tell these women, you can't raise a boy to be a man. And you're seeing this with the younger generation of kids who, some ways, yearn for more of a masculine presence in their life, and they're trying to piece together how to be a man by piecing together the good qualities of men that they just happen to come across, who may not know them or their family. They just may be in passing. And their mothers and their family are trying to impart to them seeds and gems, because they don't have a consistent alpha male to guide the child, to train the child the way you would want them to go, as far as manhood, as far as principles and work ethic and discipline and structure and regimen and a reason to be multifaceted and understand how to build and create and maintain and pass down that type of mentality. And one of the reasons for that is, the fallacy of picking a guy who you said is alpha because he's attractive. Because what's happening with some of these people is, some of these people are getting in relationships, procreating with guys who they say are alpha because of his looks. Oh, he, look sexy. He's muscular. He's tall. He's handsome. I could see the bulge in his pants. But that has nothing to do with that man's character. That has nothing to do with his integrity. That has anything to do with how he operates. That doesn't have anything to do with how he's able to handle pressure in life. That doesn't have anything to do if he's a leader or have leadership qualities, or if he's steadfast in anything, or if he stands for anything. And what winds up happening is you procreating with these guys that you think are alpha in looks, but are beta in manhood. So now you got a good-looking beta child, and now you're trying to teach that boy to be a man, and it sucks, because for some of y'all that it wasn't shit, right? But you chose it. And on others, you have guys who actually are alpha males as far as the character part goes. And the bumping heads comes when, because most good fathers are going to have to teach their child and train their child, and it's going to make their children uncomfortable. It's going to rub them the wrong way, because part of being a man and being a father is creating a child's ability to be independent and self-sufficient. And that comes by breaking the childish mentality that everything is going to be given, and they got a free lunch, and somebody is always going to be there to bail them out and give them this and give them that, and coddle them for life. No, you got to get a kid Let me tell you how you know you did your job when you teaching a kid how to become an adult, and they get so tired of your teaching that they tell you this: when I get out of here, when I graduate, I ain't never coming back. You understand that? That's when you know what, they want to go out into the world and have their own stuff and do their own thing and pay the cost to be their own boss. They don't want to be under somebody. But you know, during that process, you have the clashing parents who don't who you know, mothers normally want the baby to be coddled, but then when he grown and he can't and he don't never leave the house, and and you trying to tell him, girls just don't want you because you're such a good man. No, he a little punk, and you let him be a punk because you coddled him out of manhood on purpose because you ain't got a man. Because if you had a man, you would hurry up and get that boy out of this house so we can get it in, get some grown up time. But no, you ain't got a man. That baby's your man, and you gonna coddle him to death until you find one. And then when you find one, you gonna throw him to the wolves without teaching him anything. So that's another problem, you know. So you're not creating alphas. I think, and also, and I'm gonna say this shortly. Backwards, there's a backward celebration of masculinity. You know, a lot of things that are positive with men are not celebrated. The negative aspects of men are celebrated. So people are supported in doing dysfunctional, degenerate things that lead nowhere, and are abandoned for doing the right thing. And you know, it takes certain people don't really, like, only a few young men realize that they're doing the right thing, even though the culture is telling them it's wrong, or is not praising them for it. But the majority is doing the wrong thing because everybody's saying it's okay, even though it leads nowhere. You know, and that's what happens when sorry people multiply with other sorry people. They create a sorry, mediocre environment that people think being sorry is okay. So, which creates a bigger gap. But that's why I say people are not parenting alphas. Let me move to the females for a second. You know, females are not parented to be alpha women. They're parented to be competitive with men, but where's their femininity? I mean, you can have a house full of women and no femininity. Makes no sense. You got women uncomfortable in being a lady. You know, they're uncomfortable in being feminine, dainty, soft, nurturing, classy, having etiquette. You know, they're taking on their own qualities because they're not being taught what a woman actually is. You can't walk in heels. They can't dress. They can't present themselves like a lady and still be attractive. It's overly slutty. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can see it. You can see it with the way most ladies are put together. You know, the way y'all mark your bodies. Let's start with modern day culture. First of all, with now young girls are putting the bull ring in their ear. A bull ring is not sexy. For some of y'all don't understand what a bull ring is, the thing that's a bull ring. You know, the little piercing right here, that's a bull ring. You know why they call it a bull ring? Because bulls, that's the easiest way to control. That's one of the easier ways to control bulls. You pierce a ring in their nostrils, and you grab the ring, and it pulls the bull. Because he don't want, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? So you can control a bull by grabbing the ring. Look, let's go this way. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Ain't nothing feminine about that. And you doing You putting a bull ring in because you think it's cute. Um, the tattoos. You think you can't even you getting tattoos like dudes. Even if you got tattoo culture, that's your business. But why are you getting? If a guy got skulls on his arm, why you got skulls on your arm? Why you got bat wings on your arm? Why you know what you need a Harley Davidson on your leg for? Like, why you need the sailor tattoo? You get what I'm saying? Why you can't? What's the problem with getting something ladylike? You can't get a butterfly or something like, you know? Nah, I gotta have a makeup face on this half and a skull on this half, and it's so ladylike. And then you get older and you're like, people don't pay attention that, you go out and you see these grandmothers who you could tell were ex-thoughts because they had these little thought biker hood rat tattoos. And it's like, this is, that's granny, the old thought. There's mama. And granny's trying to impart wisdom now, but it's too late. And her mama is with the daughter in a picture with their heads this way, poking their asses out together. And that's femininity. And at the same time saying that these guys ain't shit, they ain't gonna be shit. You ain't gonna be shit never. So every man is to be used and abused, and then that mentality doesn't come with consequences because you're a woman. And this thus brings the jealousy when they meet women who actually are alpha because they're feminine, and they feel some type of way in the first. And what do? They do like little boys who had crushes on little girls. They pick at them and fight with them. You want to pull their hair and smack them around and spill drinks on them and rip their clothes and, oh, I'm going to knuckle up, bitch, cause you look good in a mini skirt or a pencil dress. And I'm sitting out here in my yoga pants and I look like a hot fucking mess, so let's throw it like this. And the girl's like, no, I'm a lady, I'm a girl, I don't fight. Good, I'm about to show these guys how much of a goddamn woman I am by punching you like Myra from Harlem Nights. Oh, you want to hit people with garbage cans now. But people are parenting this way, and wondering why the outcome is so bad, because nobody wants to put up with that. Like, you got coddled men, and then it's like I talked about this before. It's like Willie Lynch parenting 101. And then on top of that, it's all acceptable. You know what I'm saying? A masculine acting. Oh yeah, I forgot I had to talk on this. And women posturing like men, like they gonna intimidate a guy. They're talking reckless and loud in public, the barking at guys or just men in general. Like, I'm gonna show you. Like, yeah, you better sit your ass down. You really better sit your ass down right now. But this is why people are failing, because they're teaching the boys to be girls and the girls to be boys, and then when they grow up and the men act like women and the men act like a watered down version of what a woman is supposed to be, and the women act like a watered down version of what a man is supposed to be, and everybody's can't figure this shit out. It's because parents are failing to create alphas. So I'm out.